I'll see you. Kwabna. A boka. Boka. Them trying rap. Where's the camp put here? Can't cook here. Can't.
Get it with you, get it with Scar, get it with you. Now we 80 million Scar. And I get it with Scar. We see. Investigative journalist will be animal we are see after Anas Arumia Anas for about 3 years in the only Canada, Japan, our court, our America. Because I say Imra Kennedy de me court, and I think the same time and Anas so a day a year Kennedy court for defamation or say Anas ding. The Japan I can send me briefer Anas home. Kennedy Japan I catch we have to say Anas Edi Boni, Anas Ediu, Anas Aya Nyomebia Sibio Ghana fo nyina entwa yeni enkwhwe se Anas eni paboni ni Anas hu se asem no wo se onya enchiremu pa na Kennedy enya enjina so ema wiase nyina hu se sebio ne dwuma a odi no enye nipa bi ho tante na odi dwuma no na emom se ewiase ebehu se nokre sebio dwuma ye nyina yedi eye kote beka Anas journalism ana enhwehwemu journalism no sebio omfa adwene mu bone na eye nti osa catch Kennedy or catch them so obe penchire mu ye free Kennedy ho if you say na court e wo Ghana no na nyoma bi a omo kire wo Ghana no na emu nhira nda ho imre bi me ka asem bi ha I came here and I spoke on this matter when Kennedy Japan was in court with Anas Arumia Anas at a point screamed at the judge, insulted the judge, cursed Anas and warned and did everything in court. But at the end of the day the judge who sat or who was basically presiding over the case made that just pass under the bridge.
I'll see you.
Now, my mentor they see what court and the pictures and the videos. So this is what happened in court. Kennedy Japan, you see during the hearing, no, Okojun saw 10 times. Obano anumusio Kennedy ay frail, why mre. On nantia no you say. Oh hundi onfe. Nenisu brino. Kennedy Japan, you see in the court. Insue otusu baba go no ada no Okojun so no aba. Sikeni bele. Junso hini eye esikeni bele. Otigana yenkanasem kwasiasam. And the America court ye piana kwasha down. We otumi gina Ghana court no didi judge atem. Ni aso so oh Mr. Kennedy, oh honorable America court pure water ne serve no. America court Kennedy Japan pure water ne demand say no. Otidan sa akokɔ. Maka kire Ghana for. Sa ankofo na mo so Ghana na oboba no muhunahuna mo da mo no. They are nobody in Europe and America. They are nobody. And Akwa Kennedy was suppressing the power chronim, Ghana chronim. And Otadown Yaman pure water. My mention more pictures from court today. Maybe I mention a video. This is a year they see what court and Kennedy near na case in the course not OTA. My mention Joe Markesia Kessim, send a bear bloggers in Benya BBD. Kennedy nie case na course nde ewo eye court Kennedy Japan ete wo no ne lawyer na siri tirase omutumu se mu ayedin $18 million eka eda Kennedy tiri so $18 million na no kasa eni nyome bi a oye Ghana and almost frustrating call for the court a popo call for the same case in Ghana where we need Ghana judges a time case number so we need Obedu America or sad is our case now by say me winning case no Ghana and America court said dabi the na ekoso Ghana no sebio no mu bonkuru. This is Kennedy the lawyer sorry kasa emfa boga yemre ye jujum me ma bloggers. The lawyers na kasa no e defend no emfa Kennedy so neto no ye piana shekona. Showdown amre. Showdown at court wa din. Judge bi ani wa onim no. Eye clerk bi ani wa onim no. Bailiff bi ani wa onim no. Sa court we enya ho na kwaka do you know who I am or do you know me? I say yenka do you know me? Do you know me? Haven't you heard about my name? If you don't take care, you take care. Sadia the bini America court, a bini ho. It read my lips, and the Nakotana Quanchain, where Superior Court of New Jersey, and young Quanchain Court. We any in summer course or quarter, may mark gallery nika crack. A couple gankwan, a lawyer bacono, you may be offer. Ain't he, and a dahono? A New Jersey Superior Court, Canada Japan, and Yemiana Shencheno. Ultimin Kasa, Boga Emre. Onim Obia Okako Hunano, Akoya, do you know me? Don't you know I am a compare cook Canada Japan? Unim semi free for su. I am the MPP financier. MPP financier, a Juma Ba, a Namda Ponoso. Then train a bowie, also Korea Kokon. Kennedy. 18 million at that table, so also per 9.5 million. Maybe 9 million the other day. Then train a boat table, no sooner. We are also Pakokon. And the Anas a cocoon in Chia bro. Anas is 18 million in Chia. We. Then train or bowie, Kennedy is a baby Akokon. Obi say judgment today say na heaven be you ebeka obiane ne lawyer. Judgment today no heaven say ya o ebeka obiane ne lawyer. But as a lawyer no fum na ka go out to war ai. Heaven say ya na be na obi kan judgment today. Ebe say obiane ne lawyer. Otu abo so lawyer oh I'm urinating, I'll be back. Fum no afa second door no ewuram. Now that want to watch your lawyer. Judgment today say ya na be ebeka obiane ne lawyer. Okay. We air court exclusive na me dem amuno. Canada Japan eto no. Ai e koso court wo orkodo. 18 million showdown. They twe the ball no Kennedy so pa akokokon. In the showdown and ye piano ko si enchen. Momi enko enim gallery na na ekoso no. After this about atene sa akonya no so obi atene makotene kire na se emu aye din boga kana no esi so read my lips boga reading lips no say oh so boga kana no esi so aye saying na say e ya giegu $18 million hit $18 million ya dia pim Kennedy wo so tua ana se kura bo no be bo besia Anas kura me ho kire me ti besia also me be bo besia pe 500k ma me fanya me nyoma Anas utietia lawyers nyina wi a 500k die wan fa ma me dia me no ba ku bewu enti boga read my lips and waka lips na sisi no wakotena nchen why say you say ni bra ba me de me yekote beka me kote ye and me the evidence be kiro because when you say ebi mo ho magimi Kevin Taylor boa otan Kennedy we anya me ni Kennedy asemo Kennedy ni Anas na Anas we ni $18 million. They see o court no na me de kirew enye bosremu ka me ma blog is eduane edi Kennedy won sensem part 1 and 2. Now koso Kennedy Japan nuana o ka se nka onkodi MP no onie ono se ko court we see the trase kaba akoko kontwa apetire ni tie si form Kennedy nuane nie we are not radio so ye Kennedy will contest the 2028 elections onie we see the trase me bra de na wakofa be kakra ya yesi ye nende o me rekoma Anas akudi ase no obema Kevin Taylor 500,000 enti Kennedy nuane nie we na okọ precinct na ya nto ama no omo nka no kre de otieche o de minim ebia omo busu apenya na sankofo no ebia omo wo eye African market ni bi no ai enti Kennedy nuane so nie we see the trase ye bo 18 million so no we see the trase say titi wo bi ka titi wo bi kire. Now Niniano still out to me say na why emre eduru baby no Kennedy nuano you can see amabodju kromu nyi pressure ba this year a court season me so me ba be court omom defame me me lawyer defame me judge in America. I am going to court. Now let's watch a video. You see our court time and a judge and a catcher Kennedy say he has the right to take the next action.
Okay, so
we're exclusive. Uhuno baby, it's all on this platform. Meboni nyina mo ahwe. Introduce some time, I'm more understanding that this platform is huge. Mashada. Bloggers ni pekakra ko didi. Mitisu yo mo twa ye ko didi. Da be munya would say. Into court no Kennedy. Mr. Arim Yao Anas. Kennedy lawyers. Anas lawyers. And you could see. Metro, I'll show you the video. And that's what transpired. And this footage, from Anas, they were given the permission to film what happened in court. Court season 1. It may be sure what actually happened. Kennedy the Sheblusha no Jina Kona Hona, ye can ask some and say, as some ya carry ye dear Tiao, who be ye. This is an exclusive video. Hankwana be huno anywhere else on any platform. Also, who say the first place who's a video no. I need to ask my team first if I should go ahead and show the video again. Team. No. I've spoken to Omoteki footage, We got our team to go in there. We wrote a permission and then they gave us the permission to film. Whatever you are seeing exclusive footage. No. We have done that clearance, Mr. S. Now let's go back and watch.
Okay, so the court's decision, if we start at the end, the court is denying the request for mistrial, and everyone can file motions at the appropriate time, and the court will address everything after the motions are filed appropriately and then responded appropriately. Does anyone have any questions about anything?
Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming off the record.
So there's one thing you need to take notice of. Anas was still wearing nose mask in court. But over Ghana, judge to meet Tinoka says, Anas saying nose mask na yendi. You see the difference. You see how our judiciary in Ghana, how bad some of our judges are. The judge sitting in that courtroom in New Jersey is looking at the facts and evidence before him. How you dress to court is up to you. It is your presentation in court, how the jury will see you. Whether you wear a nose mask or not, at the end of the day, it is your case, the substantive case, your evidence is what they are looking at. Because they are dealing with the law. They are not looking at individuals. And the law itself is blind. It does not look at faces, background, economically where you are coming from, or financial, or whatever. It's looking at the case, the law. They are applying it. So whether somebody is dread, whether somebody is wearing a nose mask, whether somebody is wearing a face shield, what is more important to the jury and the judge is that look at the evidence before you. Look at it and apply the law and let's see. But don't say, Senya Omubu Asamgu Anas so Ghana was that it wasn't the substantive issue Anas had brought to court. Anas trying to defend himself. In Ghana, the Edibuati Anas and say, yes, nose mask be, Anas face mask be. Say Anas say, yeah. That means Anas is guilty. This is where we are as a nation. Judge to me say, because of face mask, nose mask, because I want you to look in a certain way in my court. If you don't look that way, I am going to call you a criminal. I am going to label you a criminal. That is the danger in our judiciary. And that is what we need to look at. Are we looking at a substantive case that is before us as judges, as judiciary, or we are looking at the characters or the individuals standing before us? And when you go to Ghana, the judiciary today look at the people involved in the case than the case itself. And that is the beginning of our end. And that is what is running this country down. Our biggest problem in Ghana today is that when judges sit in courtrooms, they are looking at the individuals involved, not the substantive case before them. It is all come back now. Check it. Case I say Anas Lucy against Kwesi Nyantakyi against Kennedy Japan. Now you will see, say it is not about the evidence that was provided or was given in court. The judge now or the court case now Odi Asemno. He's looking more at how to unmask Anas. And this is how they have destroyed Ghana. Anas instructed to testify without mask. The evidence that has been provided, what do you need mask for? This is Ghana court. And this is how they use the law to destroy lives in Ghana. And see, for a very long time, we made the judiciary look like, say, Nyankopon, we cannot question the judiciary. We cannot question their conduct. We cannot even question their biasness. And that is what some young judges who were actually growing up, that is the thing that was in their head. At a point, they felt to say, when I sit on a case, a journalist or an individual does not have the right to even question the way I conduct my court proceedings. At a point, judges were called by the General Legal Council about their conduct in court. And when journalists like us sit on TV and on radio to question the conduct of judges, the judges are able to say, hey, but the warrant at all. So that is how low our judiciary has become. And sometimes people forget, those people who defend such things, they forget to say, this same court will be used against them. So when people like us sit and we start to question the credibility of some of our judges in Ghana, it is not personal. It is because of their conduct. It is because of what they do. It is because of the way they conduct themselves and how they treat people before them. I can take you back to Opuni's case. Justice Jackson Unyuga sat in court. Somebody purged himself. The judge said, let us go and come back. I will punish the person who has purged himself under oath. That is our legal system today. We live in a country where a whole Supreme Court had to go to UK to bring some black book to judge our elections. That is how low our judiciary has come. And it is not me. It is not about a judge sitting somewhere thinking that a young man like myself criticizing their actions and the way they conduct themselves in court. It is not about me. It is about we making sure the system works, making sure the people we have given, and yet that to me say among India some court, those people are doing what is right. Because if you don't have the right to criticize you as a judge, then it means we are giving you the free room, the free will to do damage. And that is what some judges want. They want to be democratically autocratic in Ghana. Listen, some judges in Ghana want to be democratically autocratic. They hide under the umbrella of judiciary to intimidate journalists, to intimidate open-minded criticism, and to intimidate the system. That is the pain that some people think that they can force on us in Ghana. So you get young judges who are so politically ambitious, who think they can do things to please political opponents, to put people in jail. And their conduct, their utterances clearly shows that they are rushing through cases. They are trying to please some people's ego. When we question their actions and their attitude, those judges become jittery and become pompous, and they think they can use the same office that we have given them to intimidate we the people who have made them who they are. No, it is not going to work. And that is what I have been talking about years over years. Kennedy Japan sat on national television to tell a sitting judge live on national TV that you are warned. Warn a sitting judge. The Chief Justice then, Eni Nyabua, kept quiet. To date, Kennedy Japan did not pay for any of the utterances against every single judge, or the Supreme Court judges, High Court judges, the deliberate disrespect. So you sit in Ghana and some people think that it is personal. They think that the little power that they have been given, they can use that power to suppress we the citizenry. We are not ready to quail in. And that does not do anything to us. Because what is right, what is wrong. And we are not going to move away from the principles and then making sure the right thing is done. We know so many judges in Ghana who were even the first 40 in their classes. They were not part of it, but they wanted to go to Supreme Court. They know themselves. Judge Chebafo is one. In his class as a judge, the 40 first student, brilliant student, 40 students who were considered to be smart, he wasn't even part of it. But he, at a point, wanted to go to the Supreme Court. After coming to meet senior lawyer judges because we have allowed, some of us need to understand, when you are given an opportunity to sit in our courtrooms, without due respect, you are not God. This is law. Take your feelings out. Take your affiliations out. Take your political affiliation, religious affiliations. Look at the case critically. Look at the evidence presented before you. Be honest to yourself and your God and the people who have invested that power in you. It is not to bully yourself your way through. No, it doesn't work like that. This is 2025, for crying out loud. It is not easy. You cannot just muscle your way through. Until we need to let the people understand. That is why some of us were calling for serious overhauling of our judiciary. And our judiciary needs serious overhauling, because from what we have seen over the years, what we have experienced, the kind of inconsistencies, the consistency in the inconsistencies in our courts, now in Ghana, we need to check it or this country will go down. And this government needs to take the most biggest, difficult, bitter pill when it comes to judiciary reforms. Serious reforms needs to be done. We cannot have judges who think or who believe or who in their senses feel too entitled to serve the people. It needs to end. I was say a sucha because we been to me to be board the keke near money 25 years. Na kwasi ampenyi bi mbo krono enko we are buy $50 million. Near and say plea bargain. No, it is not supposed to be like that. Yen to me chigan and ninko to fiase 25 years say or ya hwiase or ya galamse na Chinese needy a excavated jina minimum a 2 amena na adia bechi ya debeko court ya Chinese for in ashe na jajatum. That needs to change. We cannot be slaves in our country. No. You, the judges that we have given opportunity and this opportunity to sit in our courtrooms, you are not supposed to turn we, the people who gave you the power, slaves. You can't do that. You need to be conscious about the things you do. Because today, the highest bidder walks in our courtrooms without anything, without shoes, spits shit in any courtroom, and they walk freely. Innocent people plead, get on their knees. We still put them behind bars because there's nobody to pay for them, there's nobody to speak for them.
Amount check. Na a bounce 1 year 2 years. Wakotoni in your man. Why then? Why when him say bo fruit now tia? And I will show me and I will cast it baby. What about my son boy? What's all count? You are part of it. Okay. And the Ghana essay. Okay. Cast some water. You don't follow. Okay. You don't follow up. Japan until the court arrives at a decision that incriminates somebody. And yet difficult to do. Go law school.
This should tell you something. The judgment Anas Arimiana Anas has gotten, they are very embarrassing about this whole thing was that Kennedy Japan winning defamation case against Anas or Ghana. No, he lifted that same case and brought it to the United States. A jury said that does not really hold. That is a slap in the face of our judiciary. It means that defamation case now Kennedy Japan winning or Ghana, no, basically the evidence that supports the case, no, is flawed. It means judge or tina case or judges our case, that judge is not even supposed to be sitting in our courts again. And I am not saying that all the courts in America are perfect and they are next to God. No. But we are humans. So what the evidence about court with a jury of about 60. That's what to me tinase. It me rubbish a whole judgment. And like the lawyer was saying, when you win a defamation case, when there's a defamation case in another court, that defamation case now we win, it cannot go and defend that defamation case in the next court. Every case is independent, stands on itself, and comes with its own evidence. So we need to get serious. And my message to the president, the new government, is that our court needs overhauling. Our court needs to be overhauled. We need serious reforms. I will say reform your courts. The leadership, if they are not ready to work, we the people are willing to get people who are willing to work. I don't hate anybody. Yetna Ghana ma, a whole chief justice, a lawyer went to court and claimed that the chief justice had paid or taken $5 million bribe from a citizen. Enini Yabua, till date. This lawyer who basically was reporting his client's statement was haunted. A whole judiciary system was turned against a lawyer who was trying to get the truth out. And you all know NK say enini yabo akwaje $5 million or send the clients. Eka chere say enini yabo aje $5 million on her. And the lawyer was just reporting what his client had told him. The lawyer ended up at the wrong side. The whole judiciary was set up against the lawyer. This lawyer went to the General Legal Counsel. The Chief Justice Enini Yabua then made sure he used the General Legal Counsel led by Sam Okujato to frustrate the system. This is where we are. I spent almost $300,000 to fight Kennedy Japan in federal court in America. $300,000. That is how much I spent. 4 lawyers. 2 backup, 2 face lawyers. Almost $300,000. All because I am using the facts to prove to Ghanaians that things happening in Ghana are lies. The politicians are manipulating the system. Some people are using fake news, misinformation, and people are suppressing the system. Almost for $300,000. I won the case for every single journalist in Ghana, every single journalist in Africa. Anas has won a groundbreaking case, defamation case, for journalists in Ghana, journalists around the world, journalists across Africa. But you get the same journalists, some of them in Ghana, ganging up against Anas. With all due respect, let me tell you, I am not here to defend Anas. Anas is human. He has his flaws. If you know Anas has done something or a crime against you, you have the right to take Anas to court. That is what I represent. But as far as I know, the allegations that were posed, the allegations that were mounted on Anas, the things that Anas was being tagged with, in court today, it has proven, or court has proven, say, none of the allegations against Anas, those allegations Kennedy Japan made, Anas being a thief, Anas being a murderer, Anas being a serial killer, Anas being a criminal, a co-conspirator, and all that, today in a court in New Jersey, a superior court, they are saying none of those things had basis. That is what I am looking at. I am not here to hold Anas' hand to heaven, because Anas is friend in Yanko Pona Miniho. Whatever Anas does, I have never been in any of Anas's meetings. My job here is to speak to the facts and what is on paper and what we know. And so you might have your own personal issues with Anas. It's his problem. It's your problem. If you have the legal means to go after him, go after him. But from what I know here, whatever was said against Anas at the end of the day has been proven that he is not guilty of the allegations of being a murderer, a thief, a criminal, a co-conspirator, and all that. At least we know the world knows today that whatever Kennedy Japan said was a lie. That is what I'm looking at. So if you have an issue with me and saying, Anas, that you are protecting, I am not protecting Anas. I've not been able to protect myself. How do I protect Anas? But I will defend Anas with the fact, because at least from court, we know around the world that Anas Arimya Anas is not a murderer. He's not a killer. Anas is not a liar. He's not a thief. Those are the basics you need to understand. And anything I make a will say, that Fred now or what Massachusetts may sue $10 million. I want to send a message to you, those people in America. Mochi Maika, Mochi Mufuna, Namotemoka, Motatam Hokan Kwasi Asem. I want to use that Fred to send a message. I never wanted to talk about this because we have moved quite deep. But me the dada Fred, me the number set example. I would take everything he owns in America, and give it out for charity. Me na make a chirebo. Adie bia waba America nya say $1 meje na me charity. Because I want to set the rules. You per se a clean system no. So what time will be in chess also can't trot so. That's why when I sit here, I back every single statement I make with facts. Because when you say people's credibility are on the line. And I can't just come sit here and make allegations without having the fact. And anytime I can't say, say you can go to court and I'll come and respond. Like Williams and Nefi Sapon, I have sat here on countless occasions to tell him, go to court. This is how it's supposed to be done. Ghana for Munsia Bibi Frim. Nobody should dare sit on any TV or radio in Ghana around the world to say Anas is a murderer. You go to jail because there's a court ruling. Anas is a thief. You go to jail because there's a court ruling. You need to prove beyond reasonable doubt that what you are saying, you have the fact. In more America, no. So I brand a friend that afraid no. Now me change my way and maybe activate the case be. Now me activate the case now. I will make sure the other tongue everything he said about the judge who ruled on my case against Kennedy, every misinformation he put out against the United States court, all the number of times he came on air to lie, we have all the tapes. Now me change a DB. And remember American have nipa. And I will use that afraid as the first goat. Medinka catch and I'm going to sue for 10 million. Maybe Massachusetts. I'll come there. I'm going to sue there, the Massachusetts Supreme Court. I will sue there. And I want you to come and prove in some social media. On say, Anas look at the case, you know. Udin any picture, any video copy. They played your videos. You lying to Ghanaians and say, "Yeah, the Kennedy and Uncle Fosse and a Kennedy." You were in court. You were part of the evidence. And I can the phone here. Yes, you himself a panel and I can edit and that's the work can say. Some questions are not Mrs. Democrat. Memma from Castle, my trouble on three. Memma from Castle, mana, a double new say, a year quantano, mobile minute, Mocassim, and mobile some Castle, man, about 1 3. Was your 4 entity mo. Mudimun crosses some of you, and I would have better crumha, mon per se, mo, me the Uber coffee, me. Mese me jip me pro obe se quen 5 peswa quen me ekoda me ka kire mo betena Facebook and yes ye MCC so and Canadian Japan no and Kevin says and it's ye and mo di Jimmy Sam mutisa tente wano se bolaka and yen share and Kevin says ye ko china anie mese breaking news e ye court ati kua George say mese oba be kire ni nyina wo page ni so when nim se nantwie ba. And I judge, the judge can say, judge now evidence to what you were saying. Did you have evidence to the things you were saying? Say judge and say, and a court and say, can you prove it? And a judge and say, no, the ATF court and say, yes, judge and say, Kevin Taylor and it's here, it's here, channel. Yadi, Hancock Gogun in Sa, near the Nako Ghana, in City, MP for Momon in Z, and I mean, I just said, Messaba. Breaking news, Yashin in Nasa Pompo. Yadabo Kum, another compo. Onte rhymes no me say we breaking news na wutwitwa no ya hyehye de se pompo ye beke kan bom ne de abunya wo kon te se kompo next time hu panyina bo se we de ye panyini po monim de ko hu matwi wo mu te se de unya nipa enna yes the first nie enna ke me hwe example hwe I say lewa 10 na shede to enna yes me say ba omia enna MPP for me say ke Japan ye ni ne be ke Japan say wa we see me Kennedy Kevin Taylor you see a chino ya see the Kevin Taylor kwasi ampanyi bi Kevin Taylor ya see me say judge no enna breaking news me bo bi a kire bo. Breaking news. Judge and says Kevin Taylor and ye the ko Ghana ya so mu kia ya se no Canada Japan ya catch am say ono aka o say Kevin Taylor and o me jeli no and I judge na ka me say the o kan ye nyina o be say be kan court I woni me on me wicked fucking but don't be wicked no nyame kakra wom enti atia utumi nya ho be kire eye MPP for mo asa America ma kire ma de kitu bi na me say that Fred we
Bonam de be kyeremu ade bi. Se na be ya monum kankan no mokotena TikTok kan kwase asem na mudi kwase asem a wo be hu se hey. Thank you very much team. And Ghana fo nyina ehu no kure no. Ye nyina yehu de esi. Kennedy Japan a lose case against the Anas. Defamation case Anas the Botia Kennedy wa America no $18 million and counting. The Asian one we do $90 million no. Until we are waiting to see say Anas be activated 90 million a year action na. A 90 million action no. So far the Kennedy Eddie Anas ka $18 million. Oduba Ghana Sikima 280 million Ghana cedis. Oduba tete Ghana Sikima 2.8 trillion Ghana cedis. Sa sikano opes ohun physical bidie ka efri fosu eko dien praso sa bidie ka sa 14,000 ya hye sika wo mu ya se onfa ni nyina 14,000 officer skari nyina koma Anas Arim ya Anas courtroom they see what courtroom Kennedy
always know and your note has been marked as free, and it says, Judge, in our initial findings, we awarded $18 million, and a breakdown, presuming $5 million, actual $5 million, and punitive $8 million. With your verdict and your note, your jury service in this case is complete. I truly have enjoyed working with you. You've been an attendant jury. Thank you so much for your service. You are discharged.
Judge, defendant Clark can't deserve the Get out of my neck.
And your note has been marked as free, and it says, Judge, in our initial findings, we awarded $18 million, and a breakdown, presuming $5 million, actual $5 million, and punitive $8 million. With your verdict and your note, your jury service in this case is complete. I truly have enjoyed working with you. You've been an attendant jury. Thank you so much for your service. You are discharged.
Judge, defendant Clark can't deserve the
And your note has been marked as free, and it says, Judge, in our initial findings, we awarded $18 million, and a breakdown, presuming $5 million, actual $5 million, and punitive $8 million. With your verdict and your note, your jury service in this case is complete. I truly have enjoyed working with you. You've been an attendant jury. Thank you so much for your service. You are discharged.
See what court the lawyer chechim. Wa unko law school mi awano lawyer dwudwom ema ye nyina yate eye de ekọ the possibility yen can say for now the 80 million is so. The possibility say be 90 million is high, and the possibility say be 60 or 50 million is very high. Kennedy appeal in kwadia and a lawyer ni chechim no in the future no so person appeal ya say of 18 equal table so near the two kntem near kataso and sanya kohwe appeal no, but for now the Kennedy beba abe den abe perka say bia yente so yate so krampo no ebia me de minim na bia etiba bia 14 and also times e de ho nti hwe de besi or say ono client here Anas in decide here whether to apply for plus times 5 or times the no nti ene de yentumi ka ho asem say definite. But the Sijason ye can wasem. The Sijason yan second Japan. As we speak now, or the Anas Ayum Yao Anaska $18 million. I was say offi. Also ko church on kra tabi diaba. No problem. Anas and lawyers say omo de omo twen. Ya teso kra no, yetumi teso kra bia $400 $18 million minus $400. Monya calculation na and e Kennedy ntia de aka no. Inti say ya teso kra bia judge no. Obeso teso jury no na say 80 million ebia oteso $330 kra into 80 million minus $330 yen share the Kennedy betua and also asem. Now let's enter the courtroom na yen share the see or court and the courtroom of New Jersey Kennedy Japan any Anas case na and the Kennedy he needs to pay $18 million. 18. Remember Kennedy back court and also offered $9.5 million. Adena Kennedy pen or anasa double number Kennedy. Na Kennedy saw open $9.5 million if free me ho. And anas I had a double 9.5 million no mano. It Kennedy they now open or anas I had 2 amano. And then there was a Kennedy Tiama anas. Now court in summer a CNA and then Kenya show Mukra Moha Junior. Kennedy Japan obetia Oscar and send your court Kennedy Fui. Ba omi man kakra no so bi account say ose ba omi man $800 million only $80 million. Now see this when in summer is see your court dey be am catch them. You see this particular guy na me catch am say me see no your friend Dada Fred. This guy many Kennedy work court no or the misinformations be to abontene. My legal team no they have put it together and announce the Kennedy case no ni din be mu in court. These are part of the evidence announce team no the legal team no edit. This foolish man your friend that afraid me a call. I will make sure say sika obeti okroma no ebe kuna to esika no ebe hunahuna na obenum eduro kunu ho. I am going to sue him. Now Kennedy case no so no this fool obemu. He was mentioned and he is the tool any other foolish platforms Kennedy Japan edi misinform Ghana for. Anas na one fan kono so anas the ojana mane koye. But I am going to sue. Because time I Kennedy Japan, they be call court. I'm a winning case no. Sa branch you betina TV, so betina social media. You try tape sing in go. E catch we as say, judge no ti case so no. Judge na India 70 ye. Obeko court akochirem. Ono na be gina bon tebeka kire for say, oh case no Kennedy winning. Into today I want him to know. Where announce the case no. And remember, on Kennedy Japan na Facebook and ochantro. Mo amunim no. Mongan Chen said Kevin Taylor say he is going to meet me in court in Massachusetts. I am taking it to him. Messi this time obiya beda because you want to say anya ne saa enkwasiafo sister anything na make catch boys bi say munya munkwasa na mudi no New York Street ni so a mu hu baby amubedi mu nkoma akọ me de all the nkwasiasem ne ba me so a I will catch you from your hole and make sure the Lord deals with you. Into so come as making sure say on krata do bibia gina na so. It won't send a message when Commander the Fred. Where Anas the case, he was part of the evidence. Anas at the kind case. Time I mimi case in the bar, Sa Dada Fred way also kwasi penny way at na TV so. Ocha atro eto judge no so. And most importantly, ocha atro eto court no so. Not just a referee, no. Because I was waiting. I got my legal team to compile everything. And he needs to prepare himself for over $5 million. Yes, I am telling him. Some misinformation or best sending in public about a ruling from a federal court. And it's in the picture to sono. Into more munim ni biamon kanjan say me, I am coming to him. Mima a little bit of it right after our case. Because I wanted my team to compile enough. It's that afraid, you know. Anas the enemy. Anas sheda na one for one back or two. By you. Sansa no kafa judge na otina mimi case no so. Misinformation a wo katum frame efa meme ho time anasa case no court. Wo beba American court abechirem. And I will make sure say over $10 million me may see you. You need to get ready. You need to get a lawyer. You need to be ready for what is coming because you're boy who we ya boy who into say why ready say obe missing for me abedi the Kennedy chebedin kwasema wait for me because I'm coming with a 10 million suit me catch you. So get ready. Now these are some of the things that happened in court. It be ready. We are coming to serve you. Me catch you because we are one person who catch you papa. On can kre. Penyina when you say koko tia woto wa no se boto ase. Tete abroche kan kwase asem twantro. Yene nkora yesusu a yebekekere man no. Wenum bagaya se tratatai kekan kwase asem Jimmy. What do I say to America judge so? Me share na me catch me team say they should be quiet. You know my lawyer. Obekire obibi America krom hanya wo de. What that